Hi Wildcats, I'm Alison.
And I'm Ida London.
And today we're going to be talking about how our mental health has been affected by school throughout the past years. We're seniors now, so it's pretty much our last year.
Yes, thankfully.
It's like thankfully, but now I'm kind of like sad about it.
Yeah, no, it feels weird. Like it still hasn't registered yet that this is like actually our last year.
No, because sometimes I still wake up and I'm like, I'm a senior?
Yeah. No,
like,
same.
has it hit you that we're literally going to be wearing gowns?
No, that doesn't make sense.
On the stage. Like, walking down there, and then after that, what are we doing?
Girl, I don't even know.
I mean, right now, we're pretty chill, and, like, seniors, we have our friends that we made and everything, but how difficult would you say it was during freshman year, from, like, middle school to freshman year?
I'd say that was definitely a very hard transition.
We kind of went through it together at first.
We did, because there was just so many, like, friend group changes, and there's just so many new people once you get to WJ. It's very overwhelming. And, like, you kind of expect your friends to say the same.
No, yeah.
But that's, like, not what happens at all.
No, because that's what happened with me. I literally, well, you know this, I had this certain person who was my friend for multiple years, and I never really thought anything of it until freshman year came, and she wanted to kind of, you know, fit in with other people and kind of become more known, I guess, you know, become more popular, if you may. And I mean, that was her decision, but in the end, it's almost like she sacrificed our friendship for that status, you know? But it's fine, like, I mean, it sucked, but it made me realize that high school is such an experience of, like, ups and downs.
Exactly. No, literally.
It's not meant to be stable. Like, it's, like, everyone's bound to have a moment where it's just, like, not your year.
Yep.
There will be a year that won't be yours, and just, like, I feel like that's okay to acknowledge that.
Exactly. And I think just, like, especially the beginning of each year is just so stressful. And that's going to be the hardest. But then, like, once you sort of settle into things and you, like, meet new people in your classes, you can sort of find your group. But still, the beginning of freshman year was hard. I remember I was, like, back and forth between a couple different groups. And I still never, like...
No, but, like, what did you think high school would be like, though? Like, when you were a freshman, what did you imagine it to be like?
I imagined it, honestly, to be a lot harder than it actually was.
Oh, really?
For, like, everyone says the opposite, but for me, I thought 8th grade, like, really prepared us well. So, like, for classes, at least. But then the social part was really hard, obviously, like... just adjusting to so many new people, and you felt so small. I remember like seeing the seniors as a freshman. I was like, they're literally adults. But now that we're seniors, I'm like, we don't even look that big.
No,
like,
wait, can we talk about how I was literally dressed up like a boy all that year? No, because like mentally I was just like I didn't want to try, and you could visually see that, like, mentally and physically I was like over it. I feel like freshman year, for me, I expected it to be all about, like, oh, I'm going to go to parties. Or, like, oh, I'm going to get straight A's. I'm going to get my GPA up. I'm going to study for the SATs early so I can get it done and over with. And obviously, that's, like, not what happened. And then, like, COVID hit, too.
Yeah.
It was, like, out of nowhere.
Literally, I remember that. It was, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then all of
2
a
weeks
sudden,
of vacation.
It was literally, like...
The whole year. I remember being in French class, and my teacher had, like, Kleenex with her, a bunch of Kleenex, and we were passing it around, whapping it down the table. She was like, this is just for safe precautions, you know, nobody knows anything. There's this supposed disease going around, but you guys are fine. We'll be back.
Yep. No,
and we never were.
Exactly. I remember my 7th period was U.S. history with Mr. Hurd, the football coach. And I just remember, like, we never had to do this, but all of a sudden you're, like, wiping down all the Chromebooks and the keys in the desk. And then it was just crazy. And he was, like, really scared about it. And then all of a sudden we get home, and then 2 weeks are off, and then that was it.
It was, like, 2 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
To, like, 3. Yeah,
but no, low-key, once those 2 weeks hit, I knew, like, there was
did you?
Yeah, I kind of had that feeling. I was like, there's no way this is gonna go away in 2 weeks. It's literally a virus.
I was thinking,
you can't just stop it.
I was like, I'll give it 6 months.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we'll come back for sure.
I thought the second the vaccines were out, they would start like, bringing us back. But then even still was such a slow, like, transition back.
I mean, it makes
honestly
sense because COVID was, like, a new total virus that just happened out of nowhere.
And, like, every day, like, the things would change about, like, what they would say about it. So, still, even going back right after the vaccine was kind of scary.
Like, how did you feel when it came to, like, being stuck with your family for that long, or not being able to see your friends?
Yeah. Oh, that part was
like
really
FaceTime.
hard.
Like, it wasn't really the same as just being physically present and being able to hug or being able to.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, I will say I lost a lot of friends. Like, not like best friends, but like friends that you normally would only talk to in school. I lost a lot of those during that period of time. Being with my family was honestly kind of fun because we learned to like do stuff together. Like, we would like clean and just like do a bunch of like group stuff. My mom and I would like go out, but not like in any places. Right. We just like go on walks. So that part was fine, but sometimes, you know, with my sister especially, we would fight because when you're in a space with someone like your family member, it's just so much easier to fight and like have conflicts and stuff. But friendship wise, that part was definitely really hard, and you also feel just so isolated.
So I think for you, junior year was really where everything happened. So I'm gonna let you speak more about that because for me, junior year was more of the opposite. It wasn't a good thing, but it wasn't as chaotic.
I had all these social things, but even now, like junior year, now looking back, I'm like, it was kind of a fun year. Like, I still did fun things. You know, I had some friend situations, exclusion, pretty bad stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Honestly, I literally always had Alison and one of my other friends, Sydney, who's also on the pitch. So having them just really helps. Just like having those like 2 or 1 friend that you can just always rely on was definitely something that helped. Again, memes, jokes, all of that.
We, like, for me, at least in junior year, it was just bad in terms of I didn't do anything. Like, I never got the chance to experience anything because my stress and my anxiety was always holding me back. Like, I never got to become who I wanted to because of that. And actually, that's one of the main reasons why I decided to take a gap year. Because I never got to do anything junior year to really be like, okay, this is what I want. Like, this is what I want to do. And I remember being hit with this, like, sickness. I don't know what it was. It was, like, random, came out of nowhere.
Oh, I remember that. And you had, like, nosebleeds and everything.
I had nosebleeds, lip bleeds, like, I was bleeding.
Oh,
I was
my God.
Stomach hurting, throwing up. And one night I was at the hospital, and the doctors had no clue what was wrong with me. They were suggesting surgeries, like, possible surgeries that they had to perform on me. And I was like, what are you talking about? But, like, my fever was, like, about in the 10s, like 110 and, like, above. It was pretty bad. Like, I couldn't open my eyes.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't listen to anything. I couldn't function. And that happened to be the exact week before my SATs.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Not the Yeah, I was sick for one of my SATs. I had a cold, and the SATs are just so awful because it literally just depends on how you're feeling that day.
Exactly.
Like, one day there was a kid in my class that he was just, like, shaking the table the whole time during the reading section. I wasn't thinking of the passages. I was just, like, that noise.
Thinking of the noise, yeah.
Yeah, so just, like, I wish we could just, like, there was a way to take the SAT at home or just, like, in a space where it's not so distracting. I think I just get so distracted easily.
Heads up, if you're like a sophomore or like upcoming freshman and you're stressed about the SAT, don't stress about it. You're wasting your energy stressing about something that it's all just practice.
Yep.
It's literally not even I'm dumb. No.
Yeah.
It's just practice because
practice tests. Get like you don't even need to spend like thousands of dollars on tutoring. Just get like workbooks and practice books. Work on like specific like algebra skills. Oop, the bell. Like, specific algebra skills, grammar, all of that's just going to really help you. And even if you don't end up doing that well, like, a lot of schools are just test optional now because they still understand, like, the effects of COVID. So if you have to go test optional, don't stress about it too much.
Yeah, if you have a good enough GPA, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, like, when it comes to the test taking, if you're dedicated to being organized and being on top of everything, you can literally do it by yourself. And I'm going to stress that again, because I remember being a junior, paying for everything, and it was a waste of money. I didn't get the scores that I wanted, and I just remember being upset about it. So, and in the end, I felt like I could do it by myself, because I could. It was all just a matter of practice every single day. If you can, do it by yourself. And if you feel like you can't, then sure, get help. But honestly, seriously, don't stress about it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. There's definitely so many other things, like, on your application that you could work to make better other than just the SAT. Like, extracurricular, starting your own sort of project.
No, yeah.
That all is going to really help you in college processes, which, unfortunately, I'm going through right now, so.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that soon, but the bell literally just rang, so we got to get to class.
Yeah.
But we're going to come back in a few minutes. So we're back. I mean, yeah, honestly, I forgot what we talked about, but yeah, overall, junior year for us, it was different experiences, but good learning experiences, even though it sucked.
Yeah.
Like, mentally, for us, just not the sleigh.
Exactly.
Not the moment. But I think I really want to emphasize, like, what you said. Like, having one friend or two friends that you can always look to. Like, forget about big friend groups, okay? I mean, if you can make it work, make it work. But
no, 90% of the time, big friend groups
I wouldn't even say 90. I would say 99% of the time it does not work. And we're literally warning you guys, if you're a part of a big friend group, just don't expect for it to last as long as you might have in your head. I mean, the ending of junior year, I think I was just so thankful that it was over.
No, same. The last day, I didn't even care. I was just like, it's done.
I didn't even...
Summer.
I showed up the last day just to say bye to friends, but I literally didn't show up for classes or anything. I skipped my classes, but I was at school.
I don't even remember. I think I was, like, all over the place the last week.
Yeah, I was like, walking around in the hallways, trying to get a last glimpse of my hallway crushes.
Stop saying though. But literally, oh my god, the hallways are the reason, like, just in classes when sometimes I need a break, when I can just, like, walk through the halls and listen to music, that's so nice. And it's so annoying. This year we can't do that. Like, they're so strict about it.
Yeah, we can't. Oh,
and
yeah.
It's, like, ruining my favorite part of school.
Let's talk about that, because
their new rules.
No,
gosh.
Seriously. First of all, we come back and they have all these rules. And it's like, okay, I get it. Last year was obviously not the moment for us. But at the same time, actually, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to comment on anything because I think we deserved it. Not me or you, but the school. Because so many students have skipped classes, easily stolen, like, excuse notes. It was a whole mess last year. So props to them for cleaning it up this year and, you know, getting things on track.
And safety, too. Like, even though the IDs are so annoying, like, I get, like, the
I understand. I mean, considering why the fire drill happened last year.
Yeah, no, that was honestly scary because what if they had something to, like, hurt people? That would
seriously.
Like, I was thinking of that.
Because you wouldn't think, like, but that's just such a safe area. But honestly, like...
anything can happen anywhere. And wait, how did they even get in this? Like, does anyone know?
They just got in because they just got in. Like, the doors are open.
Yeah, they should. I think they do lock the doors.
They lock the doors now, which is honestly a good idea, I mean, considering. Even though the ending of, like, junior year sucked, I used summer as the opportunity to heal and become a different person. Like, I'm still the same, but, like, mentally choosing to look at things different, you know? I remember just thinking, like, it's just school, and if I stay on top of my stuff, then I'm good to go, and I can hang out with my friends, and I can do other things, because last year, I would always prioritize my other friends, and I wouldn't have time for homework, and then I would be behind, but that was also because I was feeling really sad, and I needed something or someone to make me happy, so that was kind of, like, the endless circle of being happy, being sad, being, you know, just that. But I mean, this year I'm definitely learning to prioritize myself first. My health, my education, just making sure I stay on top of things. Because I'm not going to lie, after last year, my GPA dropped. It dropped, and I almost lost it, but right now I'm good, and if I keep it up, then I should be good for colleges. If I ever want to continue on into that. But yeah, what do you want to say about your mental health process?
Well, I'd say I definitely struggle with a lot of anxiety, so being, like, especially, like, in an environment where you don't necessarily feel comfortable with a lot of the students here, it's kind of hard, and I'd say it's definitely gotten a bit better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've just gotten so used to it. And, like, seeing, like, old friends in the halls and just people in the past that you've had situations with is not a fun experience.
No, it's not.
So
I mean, considering Ida's experience, it's not at all.
Yeah, it's...
But I find it so freaking funny how you just, like, walk past each other like nothing happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like,
And, like, for me, I do that just because it's, like, I want to be more mature about it, and also this is something that happened a while ago for me. Why should it still bother me that I see this person? It's inevitable. We live in the same area. We go to the same school. It's bound to happen at some point. And for you, it was more recent, so props to you for honestly pulling that off, because I could not. But I mean, just learning to kind of put things past you.
Yeah, and listening to music too. In
yes.
the halls. Like, I listen to, Jeffree Star.
Yes, if you want to be emo, be emo. If that's the way, that's the way.
His music is not even emo. It's just not school appropriate.
Babe, it's emo, babe.
Jeffree Star's music.
Jeffree Star, period.
I feel like he was emo, but
I don't know about was. I think he's, like, internally an emo, but externally he's like, I've changed and I'm lavish and lush. But I mean, music is a must.
And Britney Spears, she's not emo.
Of course.
I'm not trying to take on the emo aesthetic.
No. You cannot. You cannot. She's not emo. She's thriving. But music helps so much.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be sad and cry to music. Exactly. Do your thing. But if you want to be happy. And music helps so much with that, at least for me. Like, I rely on it. It's like my medicine.
Exactly.
If there's no music...
No, one day I came to school without my earbuds, and I had to do a 180
Stop.
back home.
I had to do that the past, 5 days.
I literally forgot the earbuds that plugged into my phone, so I had the ones for my computer. I was walking around the halls with my Chromebook open because I couldn't listen to music
Because you had to listen to music. Music is a must.
I was like
one
of those Chromebook kids that had their Chromebook just full on open.
Yeah. Every single time I walk in the hallway to the next class, headphones in. Automatically. It's a must. I need my music for certain occasions. And actually, I'm kind of a little bit crazy about it. I have different music for different periods.
Oh, really?
So, like, I have a certain energy transitioning from first to second to third and whatnot. Like, honestly, I'm obnoxious like that.
I should try that.
It's because I see certain people, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm, like, trying to either calm myself down or, like, trying to act like a boss. I don't know if I can say that. A BAB, a boss, blank. I'm sure you can fill it in. Or I'm just trying to be, like, I don't know, like, happy, peaceful. Yeah. But, yeah, it's either one of the which. But, I mean, definitely being a senior, it's a lot more relaxing. I don't know about you because you have to apply.
Oh, yeah. Being a senior has not been relaxing just because, you're going through so much. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where you're going to get accepted. You don't know where you're going to get rejected. So, you just have to, like, figure out. I still don't know where I want to go to school. So.
And she's smart. Like, she is hands down.
No, thank you.
Literally, you guys wait to hear. She won't say it, but her weighted GPA. I cannot be that girl. So it's just ridiculous for you not to be accepted to any of the colleges you're possibly applying to.
Yeah, I mean, I hope, but honestly, you never know. You never know
That's
what they're looking for. So hopefully, I'll keep this podcast posted about what happens.
She'll update you guys. We'll let you know through the pitch website. But, I mean, definitely something that is just, like, I want to tell people or I want people to understand is that colleges, as much as you have a great GPA, that's all good and everything, but that's not the only thing. You have to be somebody outside of school.
Exactly.
Or if you're in school, you have to be a person that's in clubs and participates in things that helps connect the school to so many other people. You have to play a vital role, and I missed out on that, and that's also why I'm being, I'm taking a gap year. I'm taking a gap year for that reason, because I never got that chance, and that played a major part in, like, my downfall during junior year. That was definitely, Like, in my head, Ida, it was so bad to the point where I was like, I'm not going to graduate.
Really?
I was like, I'm not going to graduate. But it wasn't even I'm not going to graduate. It was generally, like, it was so dark that I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to make it.
Oh.
Like, I was like, this is not, like, this...
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine going past that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I didn't think that gap year was possible.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was, and it opened up this whole other door for me. And as much as college is important, it's also important for you to get that experience that you need, you know, just to feel a little more, I don't want to say experience again because I said that, but, like, just to feel like you've seen more to life than just school.
Exactly, because right now we're just so limited.
Seriously.
So, like, I don't know what I want to do, like, after school, like, that's still up in the air, like, after college, I mean, so, and, like, I feel like you wouldn't really know that unless you, like, took time to, like, see what's out there, and, like, actually understand life, because just right now we're so isolated in this, like, Bethesda school community.
Literally, being a part of Bethesda, or being a part of MoCo, like, Montgomery, toxic. Like,
especially our area.
It's just, honestly, being down to earth about this, high school is the most toxic thing that could happen to somebody, but it's also the best learning experience. And everyone is gonna go through the worst times of their lives during, you know, these 4 years, and as much as it sucks, like, eventually you're gonna get out of it. And just realize that it's just 4 years of your life. Don't let it determine your whole future. Like, you hear adults saying that, being like, oh, like, you have to get on to colleges because that's what's gonna determine your whole life and your future, where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do. And yeah, I mean, sure, they could argue about that, but you could accomplish just as many things taking a little break or going through community college and then transferring. It's really just all about you being happy with your life and what you're doing in the moment.
Yeah, work. I don't have anything else to add on. No, that's perfect.
No, yeah, I mean, that's literally the main part about high school. And when I started thinking about that, because now I'm a senior, like, I wish I had this mindset at, like, freshman.
Yeah, exactly.
Because freshman, I was so annoying about it. I was like, oh my god, I need to get my GPA up because I got 1C in the class. Tell me why I cried about it. Tell me why I was like, oh my god, I'm failing.
I had that happen in geometry. I did not do well in the quiz. I went to the bathroom and I was just so emo. I was like,
no, seriously.
But yeah, you learn that one test does not mean anything. You'll still be alive after the test.
You fail one test, brush it off.
Totally fine. Now it's like you just like you sort of like make a joke out of it and then you just like learn from it. But freshman year, you're kind of like, I feel like
you're hard on yourself more than you need to be.
Yeah, like most people, like they just want their GPA to start out so perfectly that they forget that it's like a test is not everything.
No, seriously. But yeah, like, I mean, how do you want the rest of high school to look?
I mean, honestly, I just want to, I don't know. I just want it to be a positive experience, like fun. I want to do things with my friends, and I also want to, continue classes. I really like some of my classes this year, too. That's another thing. Like, the older you get, you can choose classes that you actually find interesting. Like,
also, if you're a freshman, my advice to you, get the classes that you hate over with.
Exactly.
Get the necessary classes out of the way, and then you won't have to worry about it later on.
Exactly. Just do what you need to do for, like, credits, like tech or... Yeah, I mean, you might be interested in that stuff, but, like... Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But just get some of the classes that you're over with, like freshman, sophomore year, and then you can have, like, junior and senior year to really, like, pick classes that you think you'll like, or even if you don't end up liking the class, like, you'll figure out more about yourself and your interests. So definitely do that.
But also, I think overall senior year, we're just looking forward to having a good time and being relaxed and finishing it in a good, positive way because of just last year and doing anything we can to make sure that happens.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah, it's so important because, I mean, put your happiness first. If you're not happy doing something, then switch it up, babe. Get your schedule changed if you need to, even if your friends are in those classes.
I went to my counselor so many times for schedule changes this year. I probably annoyed her, but honestly, now I'm in so much more like enjoyable classes. It's honestly worth it. So if you have to change your schedule because you're just not interested in something, go ahead and do so.
No, yeah. But I mean, that's honestly that. Like, that's what we want to tell you guys and what we think you guys need to know about this. Because school is literally for 4 years of your life. It should not depend it should not, how do I say this? It should not determine your entire future.
Exactly.
You are literally a teenager. You still have the adult years left.
Exactly.
Like, you have so much
and
time
you
in your
have
hands.
so much time and places to be, like, it's not all in just these 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to be stressed about it, get on top of your stuff.
No,
like, just do things
we're not
early.
saying slack off. Still try your best.
No,
in all
seriously,
your
don't
classes.
just sit back and relax and just expect straight A's to be handed to you and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Just, try your best, but if you don't end up being perfect, that's not a big deal.
We're all human, babe.
Exactly.
We're all
mess up.
human. Yeah,
And then
that's
we
that.
learn, and then we work in the future.
Seriously, slay. Okay, but thank you guys for listening. If there is even anybody that has listened to this,
I'll listen to it so I can, like, judge my voice.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming back a lot more to make podcasts, so you guys should stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Gonna talk about some spicy stuff. Just kidding. There's nothing spicy going on. But yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.